Bow chicka wow wow. What's going on YouTube? So it is Monday and I cannot remember again, so 1 second. Where's my phone? Lost my phone. Aha, I've got it. Monday the 15th, and that can only mean one thing. It is start of week 2 check-in. So I'm gonna go through to the bathroom and do my weight, show you where my body is at. I've had a really good week. I did go out on a spontaneous night out Friday because it was body power. I ended up getting dropped home to Twickenham where my brother lives, went around, said hello, and ended up going out with his mates. So I had a few cheeky drinks then. Other than that, training has gone really well. Actually, tell a lie, I pulled a muscle in my leg, like upper groin, so I'm trying to get that back in so I can train legs this week. A little bit of rehab, stretching, etc. Other than that, really good week. I probably could have done a bit more cardio, but you know, you learn from that, and probably shouldn't have had the drinks, but hey ho, is what it is, and I will deal with that. Catch you in a sec. Okay, so 74.3 kilos this morning. Let's see how we're looking this week. So this is the start of week 2. Just relax. Okay, intense. Okay guys, so a really noticeable difference this week. I'm feeling, just after 1 week, a lot tighter, still feeling nice and full. Weight has dropped more than I thought, like 2 kilos. There's quite a lot of weight to drop in a week. However, that could be down to some water weight. Last night I had 75 grams of oats and some whey protein before I went to bed. So yeah, that's why like my muscles feel nice and full. But to be honest, I can possibly up my calories a little bit because I don't want to be dropping that much weight, okay? Like I said, the chances are it is a lot of water weight and some fat mass because my strength is still where it was at, and I'm still feeling nice and full. So yeah, that's just to show you what you can expect to do when you do follow the program properly, get your nutrition right, training and everything. And that was with a night out as well. Did I have any bad? I had a kind of a cheat meal. I had a chicken fried rice one night when I got back after the training session, but I mean, chicken and starchy rice, it's not gonna kill me. It's actually not too bad. So yeah, that's where we're at. Train smart, but eat smarter. Get your cardio done. Everything just, you know, that it just works. So I've got quite a busy day today. I'm gonna tune out, or what, like lock down. Oh, I don't even know. I'm gonna sign out, zone out. And I will catch you later on where I'm gonna go over intermittent fasting. Quite a few of you have sent me in questions about this after it being in my last video, so I'm gonna go through exactly what intermittent fasting is. What is guaning, YouTube? Welcome back to my humble abode where obviously the magic happens. And after popular request, this is the video on intermittent fasting. I'm just gonna, lower this down. Let's get friendly. We're all friends, right? Cool. So, intermittent fasting, what is it?
Do you want to know what it is?
So let's start with the intermittent part. Intermittent meaning occurring at irregular intervals. It's not continuous or steady. And then the term fasting basically referring to your willingness to not eat for a certain period of time. However, there are times such as when we are asleep that we will naturally be in a fasted state. So the term intermittent fasting, it's floating around in the media quite a bit these days, and do you know what, it's an ancient practice, so to speak. And I guess the best way to think of it logically is that when we were hunter-gatherers back in the day, you know, when there was like mammoths and dinosaurs and all that kind of shit running around trying to eat you.
Must go faster.
Yes, we weren't always at the top of the food chain, people. There wasn't always your local Sainsbury's or Tesco or that to go and get your food from. So you'd have to go, like I said, hunter-gather, go and hunt your meals or gather your food. So back in the day, your body was used to that fasting period, you know. It might be 3 or 4 days before the huntsman went and took something down that you could go and eat, okay? And same for gathering food. So in terms of how our bodies have evolved over, I guess, millions of years, yeah, essentially is that we do eat a lot more food now. So we're probably a lot more hungrier than we would have been back then. We're probably less efficient at using stored energy, so our body fat, because of that. Now, obviously, that's just my sort of logical take on things, and like I was saying, back in the day when you're running around with your spear and that, you didn't have your food readily available and you'd have to go and make a fire, and there were so many different things, okay, that were factored in. So intermittent fasting has been around for a long time. Let's leave it as that. Now, if we think about the fact that our body's preferred fuel source for low intensity activity or even just sleeping, anything like that, is fat, hence why we so easily store fat if we go into calorie surplus. This is when intermittent fasting can be very effective for weight loss, or in particular what we're aiming for is fat loss. So as I mentioned earlier, you go to sleep on average, say, for 8 hours. So you've already fasted for an 8-hour period, and then you wake up, you go and do your morning activities, etc. It takes you up to lunchtime. So what's that? Say you had 8 hours sleep and you wake up at 8, you got 9, 10, 11, 12, so say midday. So then you've already done 12 hours of fasting, okay? So essentially you haven't eaten since when you went to bed, and probably a couple hours before you went to bed actually. You've then slept, and then you've had a few hours where you haven't eaten. That would be an example of intermittent fasting. You're choosing not to eat for that period. Obviously the time when you're sleeping, you're not choosing not to, you're just naturally becoming in a fasted state. But say you chose upon awakening not to eat for a few hours, then that would be considered intermittent fasting. Now, the benefits of that, providing you're not doing anything that's extremely taxing on the body or requires a lot of energy, then you will be promoting tapping into that stored body fat as your energy source. So what's going to naturally happen? Well, our body's going to potentially become more effective at burning fat, our metabolic rate might improve, our overall health and well-being might improve. But the key point there is that we will be burning fat as energy. So ultimately, we can promote achieving that leaner, more shaped and toned body if you're exercising as well. But just in general, if you're looking for general weight loss, then yes, that is a great way, intermittent fasting, to bring your weight down. So I gave that example, guys, purely for the fact that that's what I like to do, and it's mainly because I tend to train in an afternoon or an evening. So upon awakening, my tendency is to go and hop on the treadmill and do 45 to 60 minutes of low intensity steady state cardio. You can, by all means, consume calorie-free liquids, so water, coffee, anything like that. However, it's said that if you consume whole foods or anything that's obviously contains calories, that you're breaking that fast. That being said, I will always have some branched chain amino acids before I hop on the treadmill, and I go for the zero sugar one. So obviously if the calories are coming from protein. Now I don't consider consuming branched chain amino acids or even a whey protein isolate where there's very, very minimal carbs and fats, and now I'm talking less than a gram, breaking my fast, purely for the fact that protein will not have an effect on your ability to oxidize fat, whereas carbohydrates will. Even fats, you can consume fats and protein and it's not going to have a dramatic effect on your ability to oxidize fat. So if I decide upon awakening, guys, to, yeah, as I will, go and do my fasted cardio, and I'll have a scoop of protein or a scoop of branched chain amino acids, again, providing there's less than a gram of sugar, a gram of fat within that, then I don't consider that as breaking the fast, because again, protein is not going to have an effect on my ability to oxidize fat. So if you're smart about it and you think logically, then I wouldn't consider that breaking my fast. So that's my morning routine. I'll wake up, I'll go and do my fasted cardio, I'll have a scoop of branched chain amino acids or whey protein isolate prior to doing the exercise, and then I can probably go, say I've done an hour's treadmill, it takes me up to 9 AM, up until 12 PM before I need to eat. Now, I might be feeling hungry, however, again, going back to that fasting definition, it's just the willingness to not eat, okay? So you're kind of almost going against that urge of your body wanting to consume food. And by all means, if you really feel that your body's telling you, I need food, then that's great, make sure you have it. But again, going back to the reason why I like to push my calories back into the evening, the afternoon, evening, and yeah, intermittent fasting works really well for me, is purely for the fact that I like to get all or the majority of my carbohydrates in around my workout. So some about an hour before training, and then really get those in over the few hours after, just to maximize replenishing muscle glycogen and promoting that recovery process. Again, if you're training hard enough, even if you're in a calorie deficit, you've got enough protein coming in, you've got the right quality macronutrients, you've got your carbohydrates, your fats, there is no reason why you can't promote lean muscle growth, okay? So just be smart with your nutrition if you are doing the intermittent fasting. Now, it is not going to work if you think you can wake up and then not eat till 12 and then binge eat in the afternoon and eat whatever you want, junk food, etc. If you go into a calorie surplus, you're still going to gain weight, okay? So for me, it works simply because I like to get a lot of energy in around my training for fueling my workouts and recovery process. So just to recap then, the benefits of intermittent fasting I've personally found, and I have with a lot of my clients who have done it: increased fat loss if you decide to do a fast from upon awakening, and I find I get way more energy throughout the day, and I can perform a lot better when I'm training, and I recover a lot quicker, getting a lot of that fuel in, good quality, nutrient dense fuel around my training. The other benefit I find with intermittent fasting, guys, is that I'm more of a savoury person, but in the evening I get quite a sweet tooth, especially if I've been having complex carbohydrates throughout the day, so minimal sugars. I really get that, you know, like that craving for just you know, ice cream, and like I could easily demolish a tub of Ben and Jerry's. Like, curbing cravings, that's another thing I find intermittent fasting works really well for. And one of the things I do like to have is a rich flavoured protein shake in the evening, so I tend to go for the MyProtein salted caramel flavour and maybe some dark chocolate. So yeah, the other benefit then is purely to help with satiety purposes and yeah, any cravings. Alright homies, so I just wanted to keep this video very short and sweet and informative. I hope you enjoyed it. Anyone that's new to the channel, we are now friends, so welcome. If you haven't already subscribed, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment, because I will answer every single question or reply to every single comment you guys leave. Anyways, I will catch you very, very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, and as always, guys, keep it real. Peace!